It's rare, but we've had convertible SUVs before. If you think about it, the Jeep Wrangler is one, then there is the G-Class and, more recently, the Nissan Murano CrossCabriolet. In 2010, Land Rover revealed the spiffy-looking Evoque compact SUV. Now, they have introduced its convertible version. Recently, we had the opportunity to drive the 2018 Land Rover Range Rover Evoque Convertible HSE Dynamic. Yes, the name is a mouthful and so is its hefty $250K starting price. While trying to make sense of this vehicle, one that sits on the line that separates madness and genius, we took it for a stroll around the city. Here's what we thought of this topless utility vehicle. Wherever we went, people stared. This thing can grab attention, like all manufacturers do with the convertible counterparts of their coupes. Land Rover, too, has tried to keep the silhouette of the evocative hardtop Evoque. It's got a sharp snout with an air of sophistication, thanks to striking LED daytime runners, bright shining LED headlamps, etc. The sides have pronounced wheel arches, which add the athleticism needed to justify sport in SUV. Again, with the soft top-up, it mimics the coupe silhouettes fairly successfully. But with the top down, it does look a tad bulky. Perhaps some familiarity will help its case. The rear is characterized by squarish LED luminaires and trapezoidal exhausts of the coupe. It's a decent view. The convertible is available in SE Dynamic and HSE Dynamic variants with a Z-folding convertible roof system in ebony fabric. You can drop the soft roof down in as much as 18 seconds at up to speeds of 50 km per hour. Raising it up takes a little longer at 21 seconds. Either way, this is something you can't expect of other SUVs. Unlike other convertibles we are used to, you have to step up to seat yourself. The front cabin is accommodating, but visibility is not the greatest from the driver's seat with the top up, and that is where the rear view camera comes handy. The rear is only meant for two average-sized adults, making this a strict four-seater, and there isn't a lot of storage space back there either. Cabin fixtures and furniture are the same as in the hardtop Evoque, which is a comfortable place to be. The plastics aren't the highest grade, then again, that isn't a Land Rover forte. They can feel scratchy and flimsy in parts. The steering wheel has a decent diameter and is equipped with a range of large-sized and accessible buttons. This is the kind of ergonomics expected of a luxury vehicle. The same can be said about the rest of the switchgear. One thing that justifies its price is the large 10.2-inch Control Pro touchscreen with its 21:9 wide format and use of 80% more pixels than the standard vehicle's 8-inch screen. Expect ease of use for the HVAC controls as well. Below it is a special rotary gear selector we have seen in Jaguar vehicles. It pops in and out with the ignition, like a neat magic trick. Regarding luxury aspects, the sky is quite literally the limit. It lets you get to places where you wouldn't in a sedan or coupe, and allows you to enjoy nature at its finest while being cosseted in leather-bound surfaces. All you need to do is press a button to recline. Powertrain. Like the hardtop, this one, too, has a turbocharged 2.0-liter inline four-cylinder engine that makes a healthy 237 horsepower and 340 Nm of torque. The added weight means it gets to 100 km per hour a second slower, at under 9 seconds, but sprints around town and drives on the highway never feel sluggish. For everyday purposes of driving, it behaves quite dynamically. The added weight and slight drop in structural rigidity doesn't dissuade its temperament to turn. But get adventurous with the right foot, and the body does roll when negotiating corners. Even though this is an SUV, this isn't an all-capable off-road vehicle judging by the approach and departure angles, clearance and low-profile tires. They negate the advantages of the terrain management system provided. Of course, if it's just a splash in shallow sand at the beach, plunge right in. But do it with the roof up, else you will be stuck with interiors that cannot be hosed down like in an FJ Cruiser. The ride is comfortable for the most part, even with the available 20-inch wheels. Wind buffeting isn't a big issue either. Braking feel is a non-issue as well, with the calipers clamping down hard on the ventilated disc up front and solid discs at the rear. But it does take up extra bits of the runway, stopping from 100 km/h in an average 115 feet. The 68.5-liter tank capacity is aptly generous in range and won't bother you to visit the pumps too often, while the low 2-liter displacement keeps CO2 emissions to 185 grams per kilometer. Features: the rear seats don't fold, so that's another issue. There is a ski hatch for longer, slimmer items, but who keeps skis in Dubai? And since the rear tailgate is top-hinged for some unusual reason, you can't have a sit-down with your friends and enjoy your chai like in other SUVs. But at least you can haul 1,500 kilograms on a trailer. Luckily, there isn't anything lacking in the creature comforts department. Expectations of audiophiles are met with a 380-watt Meridian surround sound system with 11 speakers. For a little extra, you can upgrade to a 660-watt unit. Pro services that accompany include Wi-Fi hotspot for the family that likes to share its data but maintain individual privacy. The system also allows you to share route and ETA with others. Then, there is that fancy dual-view screen that keeps the driver's screen locked on navigation while the passenger watches a movie, although I have never actually seen anyone use it. There is plenty more kit, like the much-needed surround camera system, laser-based head-up display, which apparently doesn't get washed out like a regular LED-based system, blind spot monitor with reverse detection, adaptive cruise control, tire pressure monitoring system, ISO FIX points, etc. Although the idea of a convertible SUV is confusing to some, it gives one the option of enjoying Dubai's skyline from a commanding position in traffic, or the elements from amongst the sandy dunes. It is slower and less fuel-efficient than the hardtop and lacks the cargo capacity people expect of an SUV, but the simple truth is that there is nothing quite like it, and solely for that it wins big. Fun fact: the Evoque is designed with a life cycle approach, aiming to minimize the environmental impact by considering the entire life cycle of the vehicle, from development and manufacturing, through customer use, to end-of-life recycling and reuse. Specifications: body type, 4-seater, 5-door premium crossover convertible SUV engine, front engine, turbocharged 2.0-liter inline 4-cylinder, all-wheel drive transmission, 9-speed automatic, peak output 237 PS bhp at RPM, 340 Nm at 1,750 revolutions per minute, 0 to 100 km/h, 8.1 seconds, claimed top speed, 217 km/h, drag limited, claimed price, starting DH $246,645, DH $272,370 is tested at a glance. Pros: attention-grabbing form, easy to drive, comfortable. Cons: lacking cargo capacity, pricey, not a true off-roader. Authors rating, 7/10 stars. Weekend at collegetimes.com.